everything I do with them has a definite purpose, and I'm not just thinking about the ride that I'm on. I'm thinking about the next ride to come. How can I set it up so that this horse is more comfortable doing the things that I need him to do? I'm going to go ahead and open this gate and come back in. Hi, the video you're getting ready to watch is me opening the gate on this horse for the first time. I'm going to open this gate right here. Watch closely to how I'm using the bridle reins and how I'm using my legs, and you're going to see that I'm going to have control of this horse's head and neck where he's looking. I'm going to have control of this horse's shoulders. I'm going to have control of this horse's hind end. I'm basically seeing what part of his body I need to address to get him to yield to any of the aids that I'm using, and I'll be using these bridle reins and my legs to help stabilize this horse and navigate him through this process. So there's a whole lot going on in here. It's slow, but there's a whole lot going on that you're going to be able to use almost anywhere that you're riding, whether it be just out trail riding or whether you be in the show ring. You're going to be having control of the hips, the ribs, the shoulders, the neck, and the head. So when we have isolated control of each of those body parts, there's nothing you can't do with a horse. That just opens the door to be able to do anything with them. You're going to see this horse at times not understand. You're going to see what I do when he doesn't understand. You're going to see me wait, and you're going to see me give him an opportunity to find understanding. So there's a whole lot going on here that I'm thinking about as I'm talking to you, and there's a whole lot going on in this horse's mind, and I think you're going to see that the end result is pretty nice. So anyway, again, if you like the content that we put out, please hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate you doing so. Thank you. Dennis here, Cappel Training and Shoeing. I'm going to position this horse to open and close this gate, and to me this is a process that gives me an opportunity to find what parts of this horse aren't working as much as anything. And when I find a place that has resistance in it, I'm going to just stay there with it until that resistance is gone, and then I'll let this horse have a moment, just like I'm sitting here right now talking to you guys, letting this horse have a moment. I'm going to ask him to approach this gate one step at a time. So because I'm going to need the right side of his body closer to the gate than the left side, I'm going to just use my left leg right here to ask him to go forward. And that first step he took was a willing step with his body in the direction that I wanted him to take. I don't know if you noticed, but the left hind pushed the right front up. That diagonal pair of legs were working together. And when he took that step, I deliberately stopped here and told you another story, you know, to give the horse a chance to be okay in that right move. So I'm going to ask for it again. I'm going to just ask lightly with my left leg. This time he's starting to think about going this way. So I'm feeling that, so I'm going to stop that with the right bridle rein, but I'm not going to do enough with the right bridle rein to bend him to the left, to the right. If I bend him to the right, it'll be counterproductive to what I'm after. So my left bridle rein is going to stay there if I need it to keep him looking to the left. Right bridle rein and left leg are working together to help get his body to take that other step out there like he just did. Again, an opportunity for me to sit here and do nothing. I'm going to ask again. So 3 times now this horse has found that when he feels my left leg, he can step with that shoulder to the right and stay in this nice position right here, and he gets released every time that he does that correctly. Right here he's pushing on my left leg just a little bit. So if you notice, my hands are alive. I'm not just pulling on him. My hands are alive. By that I mean I'm not allowing this horse to go through where he wants to go through to. I'm catching him. When I feel him start to go through somewhere I don't want to go, I'm not just going to sit up there and let it happen and then have to fix it way out there. I'm not letting him get out there. I'm able to hold him here right now, and give him that opportunity to find that release. So again, I'll ask him to step forward. There, pretty nice. Now, there seems to be some kind of an energy at most gate latches that horses just almost they can't let themselves get close to it. So that's my first destination here in opening this gate, is to get up there where I can feel this horse under me. See, he's pushing off to the left right now. So I'm just waiting. That's why he's marching his feet there in place, because he's there. There was a big move right there. He didn't go anywhere at all physically, but mentally, he got off of this left leg. He gave me an opportunity to let him be okay right here. And see him getting quiet right now? Because he shifted in his mind. He got off of that leg, and the thing that was bothering him in his mind left. And he was the one that got it to leave. Now I've reached down and I've got the gate open now. Now then, my next deliberate step is going to be one lateral move to the left. I want him to just take one step to the left with both front and hind end. Now, he might move the front end or he might move the hind end, doesn't matter which end. I want both ends to come, and I'm going to just see what happens. He was sliding up, he moved the front end there just a little bit. So now I need the back end. So I'm going to change where my bridle reins are. I'm going to come up towards my right shoulder here, which what that's going to do is that left bridle rein is putting a block on this shoulder. So it's not going to be able to come through. And if I pull just a little bit right here towards the right, why pull towards the right? Because then when I apply my right leg lightly, it's going to help this horse to step with his back feet to the left, like that. Okay. As soon as I got that step, I quit. Another opportunity to sit here and do nothing. Now I'm going to ask for another lateral step to the. So now my hands are coming. My right one is coming about straight up through the middle, right through the saddle horn. The left one is slightly off of the neck. He's feeling me lift slightly towards my left shoulder with both bridle reins. And now he's feeling the calf of my right leg just lightly. It's moving just a little bit. And he's deciding whether he's going to move or not. He's about right there. He moved. And see, he came laterally. Again, his front end moved and his hind end didn't. So now I'll move the bridle reins on the other side of his body. I'm lifting towards my right shoulder now. I'm still going to use my right leg to get him to move the back feet right there. Now when I felt him move, I sensed that he was going to take more than one step. So I instantly took my right leg off and I caught him with my left leg. So now I'm going to bring the gate over here. We'll set this up again. Now, the reason that I'm so deliberate about how I'm doing this gate is because I feel like that if I can get all of the parts working that I need to have working to open and close this gate in the way that I'm doing it, then it's going to work everywhere I go. So this is a prime opportunity here to check out where this horse is. I'm asking him to move a lateral step to the left. He's pushing on me a little bit. He hasn't tried yet. He's getting ready. There it is right there. Now, he didn't really actually take a step, but in his mind, he released the pressure on this side. He moved his body. It just didn't quite get down to his feet. So now I'm waiting. There, it got down to his feet. Now I'm going to move his front end to the left. He moved his back end. I need the front. There's the front end. And before I get too far where I can't reach the gate, I'm going to bring the gate with me. I like the fact that this horse is sitting here right now and waiting on me. A lot of times when you get in this situation with a horse that's not familiar with this process, they're wanting to leave out of here. Well, when that's happening, if you can keep them from leaving, keep them there and let them get comfortable here. If you can't keep them there, then I'd go out and ride a circle out there and make them work out there and come back and restart this process again. So I'm just trying to figure out some way, however I can make what I want real easy and make the wrong thing difficult. You see, and this horse is finding out that when he feels my legs, when he feels my hands, all he's got to do is move his feet a way, and I'll quit. Now I've got the gate open where I've got enough room to get out. So now I'm going to back up, and my next destination point is to form a T where this gate is coming out of the right side of my body, and I'm forming the top of a T. So I need his front end to go left, I need his hind end to go right at the same time. The hind end is pushing off this way, see? He's not thinking about moving his hind end. So I'm using my left leg right now, back there, right in his rib, and I'm pulling towards my left shoulder. There goes the hind end. And see, when he made that tip over, the reason he hit the gate is because he was looking over here. And when he's looking over there, he wasn't paying attention over here. So he went over, and I'm just fortunate it didn't scare him right there, because sometimes when that happens, they'll hit something like that, and then they scare themselves, and then you got to see what you can deal with the attitude that comes from him getting afraid. Now, he's not wanting to go back up close to that gate, probably because he hit it. So I've got my left leg on there, and I'm asking for lateral steps. Lateral steps. He's pushing on my hands. He's sitting there doing a pee off or whatever that dressage move is, where they stand there and march in place. If you want that, that's great. But right here, I don't want it. That signifies that this horse is trying to get out there, and I don't want him trying to get out there. So the reason that he's doing that is because I'm holding him in place with my hands. I've got my left leg on there, asking him to move his body in a direction that he doesn't want to move it to, because just a second ago, when he turned loose and moved his body that way, that gate jumped out and grabbed him, see? It's just a consequence of there. Now I'm gonna let him sit right there. He can waller around on that bed all he wants. That's just anxiety, that's frustration that he's telling me that I don't understand quite what you want. So he's just exhibiting that in his mouth, just chomping on that bit and moving his feet like that. But he let me get him over here to this spot where I was wanting, the destination point I'm after. So it gave me an opportunity to release right here and sit here a minute and give this horse a chance to get comfortable here. I'm gonna make it a little more difficult for him to exhibit that anxious behavior. I knocked that off. He don't have to be like that. He can be quieter. Okay, now he's quiet. Now he's relaxed. So the time I sat here helped him to feel comfortable. That was all for the horse. Now I'm gonna back out of the gate. So now the front end's gotta go to the left, and again the hind end to the right. So I'm lifting both bridle reins towards this left shoulder. I've got my right leg right there at the cinch. There goes the front end. Now I'm going to keep my bridle reins the same way. I'm going to quit using this leg, and I'm going to use my left leg, and he should bring his hind end to the right. There. Now he's about ready to move too much again, and he was about ready to have to leave. So I'm just there catching him. You see, when he started coming around, and I felt his hind end going to go too far that way, I caught him with my right hand, like that, and I stopped that hind end with my right hand. I stopped him too with a little bit of my right leg. I'm just here to stabilize this horse. Now I'm going to ask him to back straight up. Back. I need him to move his front end to the left and his hind end to the right. I need him to be closer to the gate. Okay? The reason I need him to be closer to the gate is because I need to be able to shut it. I don't have to get off of him to shut it. So this will build into it real easy, where you just open the gate and the horse politely does what you want, but he didn't understand. So he's developing in his vocabulary, so to speak, and understanding of when he feels my legs and he feels my hands, what does he need to do to get them to relax. I'm not going to let him leave the gate. I want him to stay right here. I need to let me come up close enough that if I was going to latch that gate, that I could. Okay, that's as close as I need to be right here for this demonstration. But that my point being, I need for him to be standing here, not thinking about leaving. I need for him to be sitting here, thinking about staying here calm and relaxed. Now, from this point, I could either ride off to the left, or what I would probably do if I was going to actually ride off out that way is I'd ask this horse to back up and bring his front end to the right, like this, and then head off out here. Reason that I would do that is because that gets me leaving the barn in complete control. He didn't get to think that he just was able to walk off out there. So everything I do with them has a definite purpose, and I'm not just thinking about the ride that I'm on. I'm thinking about the next ride to come. How can I set it up so that this horse is more comfortable doing the things that I need him to do? I'm going to go ahead and open this gate and come back in. So now I'm using my left leg to help him to get over there closer to the gate and have him push this gate open. He can keep moving to the right just a little bit. Keep moving to the right. He quit moving there. Now I've got enough room now to walk in, so I'm going to walk in and make this turn here. Again, form this T. Let him sit here and get quiet here. Then I'll make that turn around this gate. Get up here. Now I need him to push that gate shut. So he's moving away from my left foot. I'm doing whatever I need to do with my hands here to keep his head and neck coming straight out of his body, and have him help me get that gate up there where it needs to be. Now I'm close enough here. Looks like a guy would make horse-friendly latches on his gates, doesn't it? I like to make it difficult, I guess. But anyway, now the gate's shut. But that's the process that I use, and it's very, very useful in almost anything that you would want to do with a horse anywhere. So it does apply to opening and closing a gate, but it's simply an opportunity really to find out, is the horse yielding as he needs to? Is he listening, or is he not trying? So anyway, thank you.